I'm going to start. But actually, first, do you all remember our session 0?
Yes.
Yes.
Any
Yeah.
refreshers needed?
Well, it wasn't canon.
Yes. What about the rules or, things? Or, like, any mechanics? Or the videos we
If
watched?
if you have to roll a perception, you have to specify what you're percepting for.
No. If you have to roll an initiative, you have to specify what you're rolling initiative for.
Yes.
But it's right below perception on your character screen. So
You guys
Do we
can...
have a?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No,
Do we
go ahead.
have a picture for Friedman?
Yes.
I sent one.
Did you? Did
Yeah.
I not? Oh, I must have missed the message.
And also, Bezier, or however you say that, doesn't have red eyes anymore.
It's a very small image, but fine, I'll get to it eventually.
Bessier.
Yeah, but those red eyes just came through your soul, and it took me like 2 hours to get the eyes right.
You can say I won't do it. I'm saying, fuck you.
No, you don't even try. Okay, so it is initiative. I was wrong. Okay, but initiative you have to specify. So like I have the perception one.
Exactly.
Do you keep it on perception? I knew that they were tied somehow.
Yes.
Do
You
you
keep it on
mostly keep it on
perception unless,
perception?
yes,
By default,
unless
it's
I
perception.
specify.
Okay, that's what I was needing to remember.
All right, Freeman has a token now.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So the other thing is, you guys can roll skills without me asking. If I do ask and you choose, you can also choose not to roll a skill if I ask, but you will automatically fail.
Wait, one more time?
You can roll skills without me asking, and I'll answer them.
Okay.
You can also choose not to roll skills when I ask, but you'll automatically fail.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's like a character choice. Like if we think that our character just wouldn't know X, Y, or Z, we can just say like, "Hey, it won't work."
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I will give you what I consider your character to have the most limited information possible. In your instance, it would be like the midget thing with the goblins.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I encourage you guys to describe attacks done to you guys or attacks you do. If you choose not to, I will, however, do it instead.
Okay.
Otherwise, who would like to be the first target?
Wait, what?
First
Who would like to be
target.
the first? Yeah, first target.
I'll go first.
All right.
Ooh.
This will be an interesting one. Espazira wakes. He lets out one hand, a grasping motion as he rises, taking a deep gasping breath. It seems so long since you've taken one. Something that was automatic to you in the past feels forced. A gasp escapes you, and you look down, and around you, there's a white porcelain-esque color. And Bazir has dark vision, correct?
Let me check. I don't think so.
He does not. He has low light.
Right.
Right. And you feel a slickness, a moistness of the dew of. You look around. You presume to be the night, as all is dark. Your fingers slick against whatever it is you're touching. You stand and you hear the crackle of something underneath your weight, as if it's breaking. You cannot see, and you do not know the way forward. What do you do?
Hmm. Remembering my training, I cast light.
What? As you take out, you describe how you cast the spell. Actually,
So we've always been trained that those of us that are magically inclined and born this way have it somewhere innate, that it comes from your heart. Feeling mine beating again. Place my right hand over the heart, and feeling the pulse there, drawing the magic from it, a small bead of light first, and then it flickering to grow to a 20-foot radius.
as you draw the magic from your heart, you feel that there's a subtle difference. You're unable to place the exact nuance of what it is, but you know it's not the same as what it was before. But with all the foreignness around you, you also know it not a priority. As the light encompasses you, and you can finally see all around you, and you look down, you see that what the crunch was around you was the bones of what seems to be another elf, but you're unsure. It must at least be a humanoid. And as you look further and further around, you notice that the slickness that you felt was the dew, the wetness of the morning against one of the skulls, and all around you is the decomposed bodies of many different people. What do you do, Vizier?
Look to my left, look to my right, trying to gather why I'm here. Slowly stand up, look around if there's anyone else like me standing up, or am I dead? Look down for an injury mark.
As you look down upon your body, you see no injuries upon yourself, but your clothing, it's tattered. It looks like there was claw marks and a large hole around where your heart was. And maybe that's what was causing you to feel the difference. But the hole in the cloth, well, damaged. The skin beneath it is fine.
Quite puzzled by this. Going to look up and well, actually bend down, grab one of the skulls there, move the light to that, and then toss it to see how far this darkness goes.
How hard are you tossing it? Just a gentle lob?
Yeah,
As you
like
toss it,
because the torch gives 20, so like throw it. I guess 20 feet's not a gentle lob, but
as you toss it just beyond the range of your vision, you hear it clank hard against the ground and a small shattering. You can clearly tell that whatever has been here and whatever was these bodies, it's quite brittle now, long having lost much of what kept it hard.
hmm. Well, gonna bend down and find a femur. If there's one nearby. Cast light on that and use it as a torch.
As you reach down and you grab one of the longest bone you can see, and you light your torch, I'm assuming you hold it high aloft.
Yeah,
You can start seeing what looks to be a pathway. Do you follow it?
I follow that pathway.
As you continue marching, the pathway starts to brighten, and within it, you see You hear a wetness, a dampness, as if the water and the moistness that you felt on the bones, it's like it had been congregating at this point, as if this might be the lowest point of that area. And as you walk forward, and you can move towards the wetness, the only path that you can see, do you do anything else? Or do you continue?
Well, I'd continue on following this path. It seems that if I'm looking around and see that there's, other skulls and bodies and wetness, that this is the only thing that's distinct and different. Logic dictates that this would be the safest place to go.
Now, here's a question. I want to see if I can. I'm trying to see something. Can I move a single player to a different map? Is what I'm wondering. Alright,
Possibly.
how to move only one player to a
I would
different.
assume you can. It would
I'm
be
sure you
weird if
can. Alright, right click on the Steam name. Oh, okay. Right click on their player name and select move to scene. Okay. There we go. Sean, you should be seeing a different map.
Yep.
Alright. You see this wetness. And let me see what you can see. And ahead of you, you see what seems to be a foreigner. Maybe this is what was holding the bones. And as you raise your torch aloft to get a better look, we go to Ren.
Hmm.
No, Ren,
Yes,
you never gave me your backstory.
that's true.
How did you die?
I don't, well, if from how I have it, I actually don't really remember. Do I have to have a specific reason?
Not a reason, but a setting. Where did you die?
Oh, setting would definitely be it was in pursuit. And it was more of like I wasn't sure if I pushed or fell, but it was falling for sure. Like the last thing she remembers is she was fighting and it was at a cliff's edge, but she thought she had the high ground and um but didn't essentially. So she it was an uncertainty, but she fell basically. But she was being pursued, and she thought that she was like had outran them, and then there was a push.
Alright. As you awaken, your eyes groggy, your head pounding as if you'd taken a large concussive blow, your body aching all over. But you know this ache. This is the ache of work, the tiredness at the end of the day. But the ringing in your head, this you know is having taken a large blow. Two feelings together odd, as if there's a disconnect between them. What do you do?
I imagining I fell flat. I sit up, very alert, like looking around me, trying to figure out what happened.
As you get up and you look around, your eyes see through the darkness, and you see a hallway. No, after a second glance, a cave. You see the cave walls, as rough as they are. They still have some frost on them. You see, but it's as if it's melting. As if maybe it's deep, maybe there's something causing the warmth within the cave, you're unsure. But it leads further up. You won't know because of your instincts that you are further down than you would normally be, well below the caves that your clan is used to. What do you do?
I call out with a single hello.
As you call out, you hear your voice reverberate across the caves. Hello, 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 getting further and further away. But there's no answer. As you wait, nobody seems to call back to you.
Well, in that case, I fully like stand up, dust myself off, just trying to get my bearings, and then head up the incline.
Yep. It's not like a climb, it's like steep though.
Okay. I look around, make sure that I like if I have anything on me, such as like, well, do I like do a body check, and then like, okay, well, here we go, and so I would start heading up.
As you look around
If
of
I-
your
yeah.
absent, right, you notice that you feel like you've fallen, but the ceiling above you is solid. There's nowhere for you to have fallen from.
Hmm. I reach up. How high? How high is it?
About 20 feet.
Okay, I can't touch that. I kind of reach as high as I can against the wall and kind of do like one of those like if you see somebody like do like the white glove test to see if there's dust, but I reach my hand out and then to feel like taking a glove off to feel the melting to kind of get my bearings to see like what is this? Is this real? Am I where am I? Like do I know these things? Like kind of give it a smell, do a little taste test of the melting liquid, that kind of thing.
As you taste the melted liquid, there's a salty bitterness to it. They're very different than the fresh snow that you're used to.
Okay.
All right. And do you continue forward?
Yes.
As you continue forward, you march for what must be 5, 10 minutes, and you feel like you're making progress until eventually the corridor opens up, and you see just ahead of you the shape of another person, but you can't make it out. And then what do you do?
Um, I get as close as I can to the wall and not crouch, but try and focus ahead to see if I can see anything. Do I have any of my weapons on me?
You do not.
Okay, so I would have already realized that from the assessing, but my hand still goes to where one of my axes would be, and then I get frustrated that it's not there, and um, shout again like, I am armed, even though I'm not.
And that's what
I
will end it. Yours.
Yes.
All right, Patrick.
Yes.
Are you ready, or are you still doing something?
No, I'm ready.
As you awake, well, actually, how did Fremen die, and where did he die?
He was making a potion, and the last thing he remembers is more fizzling than there was supposed to be, and he doesn't remember the explosion, but out of character, there was like an explosion that from a bad reaction in his cauldron. But all he knows was that there was a lot more fizzling than there should have been, and he doesn't remember the explosion.
As Fremen awakens, he seems to be leaning against something. There's a discomfort around your wrists and ankles. You feel a binding. What do you do?
I is it like shackles or is it like a magical binding?
It is definitely a physical binding. You are unsure exactly what type, though.
Is it dark or light?
It is dark.
Uh, I'd like to feel what kind of binding this is.
All right, make a perception.
Initiative.
As you feel around it, and you at first it eludes you until you realize, no, you felt this many times before. It's just a simple leather binding, and it's not even very tight. You feel as if you put a little bit of time into it, you can loosen yourself.
I will attempt to loosen it.
All right, let's roll in athletics. As you start loosening at the bindings, right? You tear at it, you rip, and you feel your fingers straining, and there's a discomfort there, as if you've overworked something that you don't really put much thought into. And there's a stinging at the tips of each of your fingers. But after 5 minutes, you loosen your hands, and your feet are only another 2 or 3. As you stand, as you're free and you stand, what do you do?
So it's pitch black, or is it, or is there like some kind of light in any direction?
There's a very faint, dim light towards the southern door of you.
I will start crawling. I'll start crawling towards the light, towards the
Is there,
southern door.
is there a reason you're choosing to crawl?
Uh, just so I can like feel the floor and not accidentally bump into something.
Okay. As you begin crawling, you physical labor is not something your character is or you are adept with. Your dexterity, well above what many consider average. Your strength is nothing to shine about. And as you crawl, your knees get scuffed. You can feel, the aches of something you're unused to. But you keep going, and you avoid bumping into anything or making any large sounds. As you make it you're halfway to the light, you begin to see things a little more clearly, your eyes adjusting just a little bit. And you look around you and you look into and you pause and you think, would you like to roll? Let's go with the society. Actually, religion would work as well.
I just had my proficiencies up. Can I go society?
You can. It gets you different information.
Okay. Um, I'll go society.
You notice this to be a large building. Um, Massive even. The ceilings, as far as you can tell, are well beyond the 20 to 30 feet of vision the light is giving. And you cannot even see the peak of it. But the rooms are incredibly narrow. You And as you continue down the hallway, you're not seeing entrances to other doorways. It's just one long hallway. Do you continue?
Is there, so I can see now, right?
In certain limitedness, yes.
Like I can see in front of me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I get up from crawling position and try to walk or just keep walking in the same direction until
As,
I see anything that's out of the ordinary, like a person
as you
or
as you start walking, faltering steps at first, the blood rushing back to your legs, unused to the previously being manacled, and now the crawling. You take a faltering step, but you then catch yourself and begin moving forward at a brisk pace until you see 2 figures ahead of you. One seems to be reaching for something, and the other staring with a long bone held out high at an enemy, or at a creature further beyond. Frank,
That's my name.
how did you die and where?
On a battlefield from a blade through the chest.
As you awaken, there's darkness all around. It's strange. You feel so refreshed, but so sorrow at the same time. Like there's much weighing on your soul. But at the same time, there's a freedom to come with it. You reach out, a grasping hand, unable to see in the darkness, and you feel the wet callousness of something. You're unable to place what. What do you do?
Um, I put a hand on my chest where the sword was. This is the last thing I remember seeing, and check myself out to see if I'm okay.
As your hands brush all across your body, you don't feel any dangers, and you don't feel anything misleading. But as your hand once again, and you notice this on the second time, and even more on the third time, as your hand brushes where the sword had struck you and brought you away from this life, you feel a marking, but the shape eludes you.
I'm going to sit up and feel around a bit to see if I can feel my backpack for a torch.
As you feel around and you continue searching, you don't seem to find anything of use, but you feel more of that strange, wet leatheriness.
All right, I'm gonna stand up and I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna move my hand a bit, whispering some words, and then snap my finger pointing at the ground to cast electric arc, just so that I have like a flash of a bit of light, just to see if I can see what's happening around.
I'll allow it, but roll a perception to see if you can get a good visual during that time. Ooh, pretty good. During the brief flash that lights up the cave, you look all around you, and that wet leatheriness, it was the callowed, dried skin of the people that died with you.
Look around, confused as to what's happening. And then as the darkness comes back, I sigh and try and do it again while starting to walk in a direction that I feel. I mean, is there walls around me or am I in a big open spot?
Both, but with the electric arcs, I will say that there is only one exit.
I'll start walking until I like recasting just to until I can feel the wall with one hand and then follow the wall toward the entrance.
As you follow the wall, you continue until you see three people before you. One seems to be as if he has the slightest of limps. The other seems to be reaching for something, and one seems to be carrying what seems to be a very large bone. Now, as for you all, Oren, as you leave the sight of those that were your friends and those that were your enemies, their final resting place, you meet the other adventurers. Tilda, As you leave the area of your failed quest, you meet the other adventurers, the other tarnished. Fremont, as you walk away from the church, the place of your grafting, you meet the other adventurers. And Bazir. As you leave the ceremony of ascension, your bone in hand, and you look around, you wonder, will you see all as you meet the other adventurers? Now, you can all interact with each other.
I'm going to look at the one who claimed that they were armed. See if they're actually armed.
My hand is at least looks like it's gripping something, even though there's nothing, but it's in gripping formation at my waist.
All right. Bazir, roll a perception. Hilda may also roll one. Oren and Fremont can't as yet.
I did.
Yep, I'm waiting for Tilda because I'm going to answer both at once.
Um,
You okay, Ren?
mhm. There it is. I'm just rolling for perception.
It's on the left, right above initiative. It's always going to be visible.
Yeah, perception doesn't go under proficiencies.
Okay. Crap. Okay, I feel like I'm.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You
is
just
that
roll.
it?
Yeah, I think you just rolled
Okay.
it secretly.
If
Oh.
you
So
click the die beside the eye, it will show to everybody. If you click the eye, only the GM will see it.
yeah, it's fine. I see it. So then that's what matters.
Okay.
Tilda, as Bazir turns to you, all right, and he looks towards you, you see a golden look in his eyes. Bazir, as you turn towards her, maybe it's that you see that she's reaching for something, but you don't catch her eyes, and you're so focused on what she's grasping at. You can continue.
Do I see that she has a weapon with an 8?
You see that she's grasping for something. Other two can interact at the same time, by the way.
How far away am I from the two of them?
Oh, you guys are all within 5 feet of each other.
Oh,
So we have vision then.
Yes.
Oh,
does it look like Tilda is grabbing for, like, does it look like she has something from my angle?
So Tilda is close to the wall, and what she's grabbing for seems to be on the far side. So unless you roll perception, you won't get more information.
I will roll this perception.
It seems like she's reaching for something out of instinct. It's not. There's nothing there for her to actually grab.
I guess I'll say. So who are you guys? And I have like my hands like up in front of me, like trying to calm Tilda down, and I guess the guy with the bone.
Bone Man.
Looking around, not seeing any of the other people that were in the chain of ascension or rite of ascension. Figuring it's safe to speak to this other person. It's odd that to find someone who doesn't know who I am. But my name is Basir. I am the Elven Seer of the exact wording there. The Sky Temple Summit.
Does this mean anything to my character?
Not at all.
I give Basir a blank look.
Which side are you fighting for?
Fighting?
Not fighting for a side. What side are you fighting for?
Raymond asks the question again. Fighting?
My band, they died. What is this? And you see his hand is still like, it's not clenched, but it's in like the very beginning step as if he was just about ready to snap his finger. Although it might not be super clear what's happening.
As a note, this is a out of character thing. I implore you all, if you feel your character would, to talk over each other, and I will direct it once that happens.
Okay.
I just so you know, I'm not just being quiet. Like a character choice, she would be like staring at all of this.
Fair enough. I'm just saying in case you want to.
Okay.
So,
Why is there a cave here? There was no cave nearby.
Speaking, this is
And
true. There was no cave. Did not. You can kind of see you're like actually struggling, like to kind of communicate. When falling, there was open sky above me as I was falling from. And then she just shakes her head with like confusion, like wheels turning. You can almost see the smoke going, trying to figure this out.
Hearing her speaking about falling and realizing I have lights now, I look down at where I saw the blade come through my chest before to see the scar or the wound. I'm not too sure, but
as you look down at your chest, you see the sigil of a sword having been scarred into your chest.
what's this? Technically, this is for primal spells. So, with my knowledge of spells, trying to see if I know it.
Describe more of what you mean by know it.
Like, is it something related to the primal magic of the druids? Like, would I recognize the sigil as a meaning of something?
With a 21, so you do recognize it. You cannot place it. It is something you can reroll in the future.
Okay.
It's going to be like a once a week kind of thing.
Okay. It shall be a note.
Oh, this area looks kind of familiar. I remember last being in a dungeon, and this looks similar to a dungeon. Even though it's a church. Wait, I know it's a church?
Yeah. You did because of the society. Now, everybody, this is important for your character. One, Hilda, you had a cave, and so did Orn. Fremen, though, did not. He describes a church, and that would be very odd for your character. Whereas Bazier's was different. And you know it wasn't a cave or a church, Bazier, but as to what, you can't place it as yes.
Where we're at.
Of where you guys just came from. Where you arose. Because as you all noted, there was only one pathway here. And you're all describing a different way.
I look behind me to see if the path that I came from is still there.
Same, but I assume I don't see that far.
And what do the other two do?
Trying to put stuff together. Can I roll intelligence to understand that, like, they're talking cave, she's talking falling, I'm talking that I was killed, up in a temple on the mountain. But we were all dead.
Yeah, you can roll in intelligence.
Can you determine that? Okay, so I have it on the sheet. I don't know if you can click the ability scores just to roll that.
Yeah, I don't see.
I don't know if you can either.
Yeah, I don't see a way to click it.
Maybe not.
So then let's go to proficiencies. And the closest one I would say would probably be. That's a tough one.
Arcana for mathematics, logic.
Yeah, let's go with Arcana. You know that you're all describing something different, and that that's not possible. And you all know that you described an event that was, by all means, horrific. You haven't quite clued in on the death part yet, though.
I am not understanding how all of us can be here from there and there and there. Using the hand that was supposedly holding something, I point to each of you when I say there, there, and there, as in referring to the stories.
Perfect. As you do that, and the other two look back, they notice that there is no hallway behind them. It is just the ending of a cave with a shallow wall behind you.
I
I will
reach out
try.
to touch it.
I will try to detect magic.
All right.
I did not fall near salty water. Did
As
you fall near salty water? Kind of like looks around accusingly.
As you reach out to touch it, Orin, your hand presses against it, and it just feels like wet rock.
I smell the water to see if it seems normal, if it's like drugged up, or if there's something weird in it.
Also,
And-
I have quickened a feat that makes my detect magic 1 minute instead of 10.
Fair enough. As you see that Fremond is trying to do something towards the wall, but it will take time. And so, for the moment, he just seems to be staring intently at it, focused.
What is it you're looking at?
No response. I am full concentration on this wall.
I pull my hand back and give the water a quick taste of the tongue to see if it's normal water or something else.
Take a sip of the water, and it seems clear and crisp, not salty at all compared to what Tilda mentioned.
Salty. This is pretty fresh source, it seems.
This is solid water. This is not drinking water.
It doesn't taste like salt. It's gonna be a bit mineralized from the mountain, but it's not too bad.
So as he says that, I'm gonna go to one of the spots, like one of the more liquidy spots, so definitely not like just a solid frozen thing. And she's just gonna straight up lick it. So not the type where it's like, don't stick your tongue to a flagpole type situation, but where it's actually liquid, and she's gonna like lap at it.
Oh, as you look around, and so all of that is fine, right? But as you look around here, none of it's frozen anymore.
So we're in a waterfall?
No, you guys are still in a cave. It's just a
Oh,
damn
okay.
cave. But where you were 10 feet ago and where you are now are very different.
Okay.
All right. But as you place your tongue against the liquid and you feel its crispness, it's very refreshing, sweet, untouched and unpolluted.
This is not same water that was when I woke up. Is it you're waking up different than now?
There was no water in while we was damp, but I didn't test it until now. I wouldn't know.
And as you continue speaking, from Fremen's hand appears to be a pulsing emanation that goes against the wall and then depletes as if nothing has happened. Fremen, you gain no sense that there was anything magical.
Can I roll? How does that work? So I know, like, right now there's like 4 different kinds of magic, right? Nature, arcana, occultism, and religion.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Sure. I'll look it up, see if I can find it.
The figure kind of scratches his head a bit, thinking of looking at the wall behind him. So something. The people that were around you all when you woke up, did you know them? I'm assuming they were bodies as well.
Bodies?
The bones.
She shakes her head.
He had gestures to the femur he's holding.
I was in like I was in binds.
Oh, so someone tossed you down here, arrested you?
Maybe I don't know.
My company, and they weren't bones. They were still flesh on them.
Interesting. So
I
passage of time was different.
What year
I
was
was
that
at
for
one.
you?
No one was with me.
I relay the year that I think it is. I don't know.
Same. I don't know.
I relay the year I think it is.
We'll probably have to wait for that.
Yeah, we might have to wait for that.
We shall give him his 2 minutes.
We shall give him his 2 minutes.
I look at one of you or at one of you three and ask if I can see into your memories, if I can share our memories with each other.
I shake my head. No.
What a strange request from someone I've never met before.
I mean,
I know.
none of us know what happened, or none of us really believe each other on, or it looks like none of us believe each other on how we got to this point. All of us are talking about completely different things, and yet when we turn around, there's nothing there. When we just came from this from our experienced passageways, and I can't detect any magic on this wall. So there's something either much greater happening, or I just want to do something that can like create more trust between us, because if I share my memories with you and I motion my hand towards all three of you, and you share your memory with me, we can see if our stories line up at all, or if our past locations can line up somewhat.
You see this here study you for a second, but you're human.
I am.
Therein lies the problem.
What's the issue? I don't understand what the issue is.
The one that killed me was human as well. Or the one that brought
Wait.
You are all
You died?
you are all human. Shelley looks at the all of you, not all human. Like, what is going on here?
No, we are not all human. We are all humanoids, not humans.
You are not orc. You are other. You are human. She says this almost slowly as if like this should make sense to you. Why does this not make sense?
You are right. I am not orc. That does not mean that there are only orc and not orc in this world.
There is only orc and not orc in this world.
He
There are a
blinks at
lot
you a
more
few
things.
times. Scratches his head. We'll cross that bridge in a bit.
You see, Orin just thinks. So it's not the same year. It's, it, and he's gonna look to the two that haven't introduced themselves either. I'm Orin. Did you also died? Is this afterlife?
This cannot be afterlife. Again, you are not orc. I am orc. You are not orc. Therefore, we cannot be in afterlife together.
Vazir, as he says, is this the afterlife? With your earlier intelligence, it clicks in that this is an afterlife, but not the type people generally want.
You guys are
Interesting
talking about
here.
dying. I don't remember dying at all.
I did not die. I just fell.
To your Ugh.
No.
Not quite sure again how to go from that, but I think that I'd relay to the group here. I think this is an afterlife, but not one that is preferable by most.
And what would, which one would that be?
Um, Can I make an educated guess?
Go ahead.
Do I need to roll anything, or just that it's an afterlife?
Um, it's so for your educated guess, I will give you that it is an afterlife, but it is not paradise or hell. It is just a different life.
So reincarnation.
Not quite, because you guys are still in your original bodies, but that's the closest type.
Right. I'm trying to think of how I could word it to the others.
And
That they
that's
won't.
the easiest parallel.
Yeah. So then he's gonna, you see this here kind of frown, say, well, the easiest explanation would be reincarnation, but same bodies, new life. I don't know how you didn't die, or if you didn't, if you were just bound and perhaps you did something so terrible that the gods felt that you needed to make up from it again. I don't know.
As he
Hopefully that's
says gods,
the case.
all of you see a golden light ahead of you. It radiates, going towards the other end of the cave.
God's like, and she
That's
just points at the gold light.
that's not suspicious at all. Well, Freeman says that exactly. That's not
Okay,
suspicious
so
at all.
she cocks her head and like squints at you and says, he's very suspicious. Like, are you stupid? Kind of like, is very suspicious.
I
I sure agree with Tilda on this one.
I guess my
Hilda.
I guess my sarcasm didn't come off.
Sarcasm. She's like trying to piece together stuff from her language. She's like, did you come from the southern cavern? Chasm?
Do I know what this southern chasm is?
You do not.
Southern
least-
chasm? What?
You said sarcasm? Sar, you'd south? Chasm as in falling in ice deep?
No, that's not what sarcasm is.
Well, then why did you use the word sarcasm?
Because in my world, sarcasm is the use of irony to mock or convey contempt.
You know, I agree in
I
most of our worlds
blinked
too.
at you. She just blinks and then she's like, so now you're saying you are from different world. Where are we all from and how are we here?
I told you I'm from Sky Temple.
And you said you died, right?
Yes, when the demons came.
How did you die? Specifically, if you don't mind.
I believe it was a quad-winged beast with razor-sharp claws. The last thing I remember is my rib cage being opened up and my innards being pulled out.
The description of that beast is completely foreign to all the rest of you.
The Orin blinks and looks down at his clothes to see if he has holes in his clothes and if he can see like something, like a wound or something like that.
You don't see the wound, but you do see the gaping claw marks on his clothing.
range.
Perhaps you are healing over time, and dead body around you not as lucky.
No.
I don't. I mean, that hypothetically could work if there was a healer about that casted a strong enough spell, but um, not that I know of.
Also, was this light the one that moved away? Was that the only source of light for us?
No, Bezier has a torch as well.
Okay.
Well, a light spell cast on a femur bone.
Yeah, the fear has a femur he's holding.
It's not the weirdest thing.
It is not the weirdest thing that we're all experiencing.
As you continue talking, though, the light seems to pulsate faster, as if beckoning you.
Orin looks at it again. It doesn't seem to be like a fey trick. At least not one that I know of.
Perhaps we are going to go see the not suspicious light.
I don't know. Last time I saw something blink that fast, it blew up. So
Is that why you died?
I don't remember dying. I just remember working on a potion in my cauldron. The cauldron started fizzling, and then I woke up
Men's
in
way,
cuffs.
do not do magic.
So far, all I know is somebody broke into my dungeon and just knocked me out, put me in cuffs, and then I ended up here somehow.
Range.
Yes, perhaps we should follow this light. We can discuss and figure out our hostilities or alignments later if we are all in this together, as they say.
At least for now.
I keep a 10-foot distance between I guess the 2 in front or 3 in front.
I'm not sure if there is 10-foot distance.
I'll wait until you guys make 10 feet.
I guess I'm gonna walk ahead then.
Orin, as you walk forward, you feel as if the slightest, ever so haltering resistance before nothing, and you continue freely.
Like a spider web stopping, or like something a bit more substantial?
No, definitely the strength of a spider web stopping, but not a spider web, and you can't tell what.
So I'm gonna look at my hand and just like wipe on my shirt and just walk a bit more in front, trying to peer a bit in the darkness.
Now, here's my question: is anybody trying to be stealthy?
I'm not.
All right.
I'm just being
I mean,
cautious and
yeah, being cautious more. We were talking, we weren't attacked, so
Oh, that's all very good points. Thank you for answering those questions.
all I'm saying is I'm keeping a safe distance
I'm
just
just
in
asking.
case that light blows
Oh.
up.
Am I supposed to
So-
see this? I don't think I'm supposed to see this.
Oh, you are.
Oh, I am?
Yep.
Okay.
They're lying against the wall. Just you can't. They just seem to be sleeping.
What are they? What do they look like? I'm sorry, Ren. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so two things. How do I get the map more centered? Because currently it is only in the corner of my page.
Right
Right
click and
click.
move around.
Hold down, right click on the map, and then move around.
Okay.
And
That
then,
left click.
and then you can use a
I'm
mouse
trying
wheel.
to. I don't
to-
have a mouse, so
Laptop people.
I'm trying to.
Plus minus on the numpad also works for zooming in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. And then, at least for now, she's going to probably insistently be last, until that changes, and then there'll be a shift. So if you wanted to do the 10-foot thing, there totally can be, but there would have been a moment of like, go ahead, like, and if you had to say like, stay back or whatever, like, whatever, there would have been a confrontation of like, she would not want you to be behind her.
I look at
I
you.
don't know.
I look at you and say, "Ladies first."
Uh, ladies are first. Yes, I like this, but I will be uh watching your backs. Like gestures widely, like, oh, that's a good reason.
So you guys can either role play or we can take our breaks now because I have to step away to use the restroom. Which would you prefer?
Let them continue speaking until
Okay.
they figure out which one is the last person.
We're just gonna continue like walking at the same pace, I think. Trying to insist the
So
other
side by
person.
side.
Yeah, we're gonna be side by
Oh,
side. Just like, no, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first.
yeah,
Oh.
I like it.
The seer's gonna turn back and look at the weapon that you attempted to grab, or maybe the piece that you had there, and said, how are you going to watch our backs if you don't have the weapon that you were so keen on? Do you have magic ability that can allow you to watch our backs, as you say?
Uh, I
You said
am
you were
looking.
armed earlier. You said, I am armed. Armed with what?
A fist.
I am armed, and she like gestures both her hands. I having 2 arms, and she like balls them into fists. Lots of damage can be done with arms.
The seer blinks a few times. I mean, but what? I mean, you're not wrong. You do have arm. Okay, armed. Right, armed.
Where I
He
am from,
means, do you have a weapon?
I must have dropped it in the fall. And she looks very grumbly, like she's really upset about that. And I did have weapons. I had 2, but they are gone. That does not mean, but then it's like she doesn't want to let you see weakness. So she's like, but that does not mean that I still do not have my 2 arms. And she shows the fist again. And that major damage cannot be done with these arms.
I'll cast
Right.
prestidigitation, and I make like a little like a pipe kind of thing, and I hand it, and it's obviously really bad quality, but I hand it to Tilda. Yeah,
Mhm.
I hand it to Tilda and say, well, you can use this. I don't know how much it's gonna hurt, but you might break it faster than you break the thing you're trying to hit.
So she kind of looks at you like leery because of the whole magic stuff. Uh, like you might kind of get a sense that there's something about magic she doesn't quite trust, but she'll like take it slowly. Like actually she'll touch it first, like do like a poke test to see if it is real. And when she sees that it's real, she'll be like she'll take it and puts it in a holster that you can definitely tell that there should be a weapon on her, on the loops. And she'll be like, thank you. What is name again?
Oh, I'm Fremond.
Fremen.
Yes.
I am Tilda, but I already said that. But that's still my name. Just so you know.
I'm glad your name did not change in the last 20 minutes.
That would be great shame. Or great pride if needing a new name in such short time. But I am not needing a new name right now.
If you did
She's like
use,
dead ass serious.
if you were to use a new name, what name would it be?
Well, not Tilda because that is my name now.
Nice to meet you, not Tilda.
No, no, Tilda is my name. Not Tilda's name that it would not be. This poor girl thinks that you're slower than her.
So your name would, if you were to choose a name, it would be not Tilda, right?
It would be any name but Tilda.
So the name would be any name but Tilda.
She kind of like looks at the others like, is it just me? And that's like,
As you look towards the others, and there's confusion clear on your face,
Yeah.
you see, hear, and at the same time feel a change in the room. Maybe it was the small bickering, maybe it was the getting to know each other, but the sleeping creatures that Orin had noticed earlier seem to be moving. Ferment, you can go first.
I'm not noticing these things because my eyes are still on Tilda, like fucking with her.
Thank you for being truthful. Oh,
would
someone's-
they have passed within my vision of
Hello?
while I looked at the other two?
Yeah, just leave it in the doorway, please.
Boots here.
Do I can I identify what they are? Is there a check I can roll to see what these things are?
Recall knowledge, by the way, now is in action. If you want to do it during
Here to hear me?
combat. I think he went to get some food because
All
he
right.
said
Oh, that works.
All right, I heard questions. Go ahead. I got a phone call.
How do I undo this? Oh, how do I undo this?
What the fuck are you doing, Patrick?
I
stop
don't know.
clicking.
How do I undo it? I was just trying to measure things.
So don't use the measurement controls for that.
Okay.
The measurement controls are actually for spells.
Ah, okay.
If you want to do that under actual token controls, there's a ruler that appears beside it. That's measure distance.
Okay.
All right.
The question was knowledge.
What about it? Which knowledge?
Can
Yes.
we roll?
Is there knowledge to identify the creatures that woke up and are stirring?
Yes. In this case, you can either use. Let's see. Does anybody have a lore they would like to use first? Actually,
I don't
Mm.
think there's a lore that would apply to this unless warfare applies somehow.
Or
Warfare?
animal
Yeah.
lore.
Yeah, I have
Anim-
striding, which would not apply here. I don't think.
animal lore and warfare would both work.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
No.
And society would work, but differently.
Unless I catch Tilda like looking at the entities like them that are there, I don't see anything.
Okay. So for warfare lore,
oops.
you can see that they seem to use weaponry. Um,
Mm.
herbalism.
No, herbalism was a misclick. You can ignore.
Yeah. Animal lore. You can see that these seem to be a animal humanoid hybrid.
Wait, that was here. Why did I move? Oh, I pressed the button.
Can I roll
Okay.
can I roll perception?
I will.
No, perception was your initiative in this case. So
Oh no. I mean like to notice if Tilda's looking at something or if
Oh, I'll point it out.
oh,
you'll
okay.
point it
I'll
out
point it
on
out
her
to you.
turn.
Yeah,
But
I'll point it out.
Okay,
So-
okay.
Because you chose to forgo your turn, they get to go first.
Okay.
All right. You see them stand, and then they start shambling. And as they stand, they seem to pick up a weapon. One. What is this one? Two.
Sean, why are
Yeah.
you moving all around?
Why am I looking so sound?
Moving all around.
You're moving your
That's not me.
mouse so we can see it.
You're moving your mouse all over.
He's letting Sam
Oh.
spin around.
Well, I was looking at some of the features of Forge. Like you can click on like the bad guy and it says like Soldier of Godric, but it doesn't give you like anything like anything about them.
Really? It tells you
Oh.
soldiers of Godric? I don't see that.
The top left, right by the Forge icon, there's a little arrow up and there's like
Oh.
Soldier of Godric.
Oh,
And
so
I can
that's
click on
that's the
point.
map name.
That's the name of the map, right?
Yes, that's the map name.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I thought it changed there, but like you can click on Frank's, double click on their face, whatever, and it shows a little bit. Like I can see that Vermund has
Appearance and stuff.
yeah, no, but he has like a scar tattoo on his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Orin, as they approach you, one of them, with a staggering gait, makes its way and stabs towards you.
Yeah, that hits.
Time to kill. I'm assuming that actually crits you.
Oh yeah.
Time to kill Orin.
I mean, you need 2 more shots like this.
Time to kill Orin.
Also, please don't.
All right. It is Tilda's turn. Tilda, as you were engaged deeply in your conversation with Ferment, you heard the sound, and your warrior instincts kicked in, but not quite fast enough. As two of the creatures get up, and one of them takes a mighty slash across Orin's chest.
So, even as the instincts kick in, I'm still going to, I guess, as an action, point and then say, like, grabbing my little pipe thing, saying, "You might be making more of these," and then I'm going to chuck it at it. I think that's what I'm going to do.
So when you were away, Jared, I casted prestidigitation and made like a little pipe that's super fragile. And I gave it to Tilda and said like, here, I think this is a weapon you can use, but you're probably gonna break it faster than you breaking the person you're hitting.
I will allow it, but it's literally just gonna do your strength. No, like you're not even gonna roll anything for damage.
That's fine.
So yeah, roll your to hit.
Wait, so
Roll your strike.
You're gonna move, I'm guessing.
I said throw.
Yeah, she said throw.
Oh.
Okay, so I clicked the fist.
And then
Things happening.
The blue one that says strike.
Okay, so I moved it down here, like at the bottom.
Oh, it's on the hotbar now.
Yeah, and I'm clicking it, but nothing's happening.
Maybe press 1 like on the keyboard.
If you click it, it will an ability like that. Look in your chat afterwards. It'll give you all of its options.
Oh, it's saying this action no longer exists. That doesn't make sense.
What?
Okay.
You
Oh.
drag the strike all the way. Strike. Wait, that was me. I just wanted to test it because it should work.
So when I
You see on the right now there's options.
Yeah, if you dragged it down there, it should give you those options in chat then.
okay, I'll just go in from my character sheet for now.
Okay.
Which one's the action one? Okay, actions, and then unarmed strike.
All right, that definitely hits. But it does not crit. So click damage.
That's fine.
Actually, don't click damage because it's just gonna be your strength.
Okay. Oh, did you move me? Did someone move me?
I didn't. Oh,
No,
somebody
but
else
if
did.
you click on the arrows
Yeah, if you click the arrows while you're doing things, it'll move
or
you.
WASD, it will move your character.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
My
Cool.
chicken nuggets came in a minion box.
Fun.
Now you got minions.
I thought you guys were my minions.
Now you have more
That's
minions.
Love you, my dear. Love you.
Okay, you point, you little one.
All right.
What?
So, let's look at your strength. You did 3 damage to this. So as your vial goes and you strike it, it seems to it seems to have buckled over as if there really wasn't much life left in it.
That was easy.
So you've thrown the vial and you've moved. You have one more action.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she can move more than like 10 feet.
Oh, come on, work with me. Well, now it's not. Okay, fine. Haha! Okay.
Okay, you have to select the character.
I wonder if I roll. Do I put it there? Yeah, I'll just have to figure that out later. With the strike thing, but this. So this is me just punching it.
Also, since that was technically your second strike, that would be at -5. Either way, it's a miss.
That's fine.
-5 or -4?
It depends if it's agile or not.
So I imagine
if
like with
it's
it
agile, it'd be at
that
-4.
I
Oh, then yeah.
go in for a swing and it like steps back, so it's like okay, a little rusty.
It's the soreness in your limbs.
Right.
Orin, it's your turn. As
I
the creature had died, the sword that it was wielded shatters or clatters against the ground.
but there's another creature right in my face, right?
There is.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch it because I saw like just a small thing hit the first creature and it poofed. So, well,
Damn.
oops, I forgot it was a crit. So ×2.
Orin, as you wind back and you let out a punch at this creature, your fist goes straight against its chest, and you feel its bones crumple, as if they weren't very hardy. As if there's a shallowness, a weakness to them. Bazir, at the same time, you notice that weakness was very similar to what was in your your opening room.
And then I shall
Boy.
Sudden Charge.
It's as you see Oren punch one and then turn sharply on his heel and let out a dash towards the other one, passing right beside Tilda as his fist comes up and lays out in an uppercut right against the creature's what would be the creature's chin. The head and neck perches back as if you hear a sharp cracking.
I'm gonna look around in the like 20-foot radius of light that I see something. Were those the only ones?
Is it my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to step over here. Oh, let me turn off that. Select panel. So step over here and pick up the sword that this thing dropped.
Yep. 1 second, I'm fixing the lighting, by the way.
No problem. I'm going to cast light on the sword and toss it to. Ooh, it got really dark.
Yeah, that's why I
Toss
was
it
fixing the
to
lighting.
Frank's character.
All right. So you cast a spell, move. Yeah, I'll allow it.
That's my turn.
I was chewing.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a shambling from further on into the cave as something continues to move into sight. It seems that the three that were nearby weren't the only ones you have awoken.
Mm-hmm.
As the one that appears closest to it, it seems to march. It seems to move both swiftly and slowly at the same time, bringing its sword up high in a shambling gait as it attacks Hilda. This one seeming to have an axe as a weapon. Oh, fucking Jesus.
2 crits.
That shows how this campaign's gonna go. You're all
Yep.
gonna die.
Yep, we're all gonna die if he attacks crits.
Yeah, I made 2 attacks and both have been crits. Right. Herman's turn.
I will cast. I guess I'm gonna cast the evil eye on the thing.
Do it.
I'm just trying to see what the distance is. Okay, I'm within. It just needs to do a 19 will save. It saves?
Uh-huh. So, failure. The target is success unaffected.
Yep.
All right. Do you do anything else? You have 1 action still.
Can I move and punch it?
You can move, you can't punch it.
I'll just move closer.
Evil Eye, I think, is 1 action.
Is it?
Yeah.
It says cast time 1 action, so.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
just
Never mind, my mistake. Then yes, you can move and punch it.
seeing how everybody's so easily destroying these things, I try to go up to it and punch it. And it's a strike?
Yeah, it's a strike. As you run up, maybe it was the first spell failing and the recoil of it rebounding against you. As you charge at it, you swing and just barely miss. And when I say barely, I mean it needs an 18. Right. Hilda.
And
Can you not hear me?
Nope.
okay, now
Now I
I
can.
can hear you.
Oh, yeah. I'm good. I 5 foot up, or 5 foot, I guess, isn't a thing, but I move up. It is. Okay.
It still costs one action, but you can do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then try and uppercut this fella. Let's see what comes of that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Do I need to just hit just the strength? Do I need to reroll that? Or is that okay?
No, you did the right thing.
Yeah, you rolled the right thing. Why didn't you want to do that?
Oh, because the other times you said just to click strike, so I was clicking.
That's because you were throwing that special vial.
Okay.
This one you're attacking normally. Now you do miss. It is over an hour into the session, so I'm going to give you all your second hero point, so you guys can choose to use them. Remember, it is a reroll. So if you want to reroll, you can. If not, you can hoard them.
Yeah, no, I'll roll again.
That hits. Damage. That kills it.
Sweet. So, how mushy are these things?
Or is
As
it
you
more
punch it-
brittle?
As you punch into it, the brittleness of the bones are very. It's as if a small twig on a large branch, right? But as you really bring back your fist from it, and you question the texture of the skin, it feels as if it's a mossy dampness. So for feeling, for the squishiness, imagine you just punched a fistful of moss until you hit bone.
Okay, so I imagine like she actually like penetrates into the skin then, like as she punches upwards and like kind of pulls her hand back and looks at it, but like shaking it off, like as if trying to get goo off her hand or whatever. Like, what is this thing making of?
Or what is it? I ask
That's what
as
I
I
said.
pick up the sword and look if it's in good enough, like, fighting shape.
You can ignore the necrotic decay, by the way.
What's the
Necrotic decay?
Oh, is that only appearing in my chat?
I'm not seeing
Okay.
that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a death ability of these creatures, but I decided not to use it for these.
I don't see it.
Oh, okay. Then you can definitely ignore it.
I rolled crafting to see if the sword is in usable form or not.
Interesting. So there's actually a selection of weapons on the ground first. There's the sword, there's the great axe, all right, and there is a what appears to be. Ren, this is technically your weapon, but because of how we described it, what appears to be a climbing axe.
Okay.
Is the great axe technically my weapon? Because I changed it to a battle axe.
Then yes, it's technically your weapon. Oh, Frank.
I'm asking.
Yes, it
Just
is.
asking. Okay, that's why I asked.
I changed my weapon
So
without actually changing the character sheet.
Yeah, I did. I added the character sheet.
What? No, your
I
character
pick
sheet
up
says
like
great
the
axe.
climbing axe thing and I kind of like give it a twirl in it, like fit the grip, and just say, you will do for now.
And the weapons, contrary to what the creatures wielding them and their decrepitness, the weapons appear to be in exemplary condition.
Yeah, she's just partial to hers for backstory reasons.
Yeah, but Orin rolled a crafting.
Oh, okay.
That's
Sorry.
strange. These weapons look good, and I offered the sword to Freeman, then instead go for the battle axe, being more used to it.
I don't know how to use weapons. I never had that training.
You should be learning.
I nod. You, how do you defend yourself if you don't know how to use weapons?
As a note, Sean,
Yeah.
if you want items, you have to fill out your item section. Otherwise, I don't know what to give you.
I kind of do like
Right.
the like wiggly finger thing. Like I wiggle my fingers. I'm like magic.
Yep, magic.
Magic is what is killing you, yes? Maybe you should learn to fight different ways.
I thought I could be cool like you guys and punch the thing into death, but I guess I can't.
You need
I
to
will punch
make
you
a better
later
fist.
until you learn to be strong. Yes?
What was that?
I will punch you later till you are learning to be strong. Yes?
No.
I'll teach you how to make a good fist.
I am making good fist. She like
Yes,
shows her fist.
not you, Freeman. Easier way to learn than to get punched.
He needs to
And
build up strength too.
I make a fist, but obviously, like very clearly, I put my thumb under my fingers. Like
You
this.
are
you're gonna break your fingers and thumb if you do that. You're gonna hurt yourself more than what you're punching.
So how do you guys
and then
punch?
I don't even ask. I just take your thumb and like whip it out from your thing and wrap it around the front of your knuckles. Be like, this is fits. This is peekaboo thumb game with baby. She like shows like the tucking the thumb and again.
Orin is bringing the sword to Bazir since Freeman doesn't want it, and also is gonna ask, can you make this axe light up so that I can see better?
Bazir
You're
has
asking.
died.
I thought you were asking Freeman that.
No, Bazir.
Oh, yeah. The light spell. Sorry, I threw the light spell on. But he will nod, kind of, watching this discussion of punching things using the fist, and he casts light on the battle axe. Goes over to some of these crates on the ground, starts gathering some of the wood to make impromptu torches for the rest of us. Because as you know, that when he casts light, when he casts light from the femur to the sword, it disappeared off the femur, and then from the sword off the sword.
You're cutting off a bit, but I heard most of it.
He's in the kitchen.
Yeah. I'll start to go through the crates to see if there's anything else usable.
I'd like to see what these things are that we just killed.
There's some kind of animal, I thinking.
What do you want to roll to figure that out, Patrick?
Since you said they look like skeletons or like what'd you say they look like?
evil. But for what they look like, it's an animal-human hybrid.
Could it be occultism?
It'll get you different results, but that would work.
I'll try occultism, I guess.
No, Sarah. No being upset.
I was like, is she okay? Like, we need
Yeah.
two different reactions.
Chugging or just inhaling all the bananas very quickly.
Two
Um,
game in a row.
Let's see what your roll was. Pretty good roll. They seem to be. They seem to be have a violent, brutish disposition, but also seem somewhat intelligent. You think that there's a key to why they are the way they are right now, but you don't know what it is. You need to observe them more.
Okay.
What are you looking for, Owen?
Something usable. Maybe like a crate top that's intact that I might be able to grab on to make a makeshift shield.
Roll me your craft skill.
Sure. I think I know what you're thinking of. There's a feat for that, but I don't have it yet.
I want to see something. Wooden shield. The nature of the shield is unclear. Unusual shield. Oh, why is it unusual? Wooden shield. Oh, I just want to see something about the shield first. Wooden shield. So as you take the shield out, and you manage to build a shield from one of the remaining lips, but it seems more brittle than a professionally made shield. Its HP will be half of a wooden shield's.
Sure. It's just there to take a hit instead of me, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's gonna break very soon. Probably.
Now it seems like Sean's making some food for Saren, so we want to take our break now.
Well, I was adding stuff to the character sheet while you guys were searching things, but I mean we can do that.
Well, it sounded like you were in the kitchen because you were cutting out.
Well, I don't know why. Like my laptop was not very far from me, but
Well, I mean, it's 9 anyways. Do we want to take our break?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we should.
2 hours in.
I can't equip the shield. That's weird.
Let me look at it. It's not identified for some reason.
Yeah.
There you go. Should be able to equip it now.
No, I can't. Like, I can't click even on. I can't click on the equipped on anything. Is it because we're in encounter mode?
Oh, no, I exited the encounter.
Okay, that's weird. Oh, now it's. Did you do it?
I did it. Yep, I
It's
did.
weird. Like I can't. Like I clearly can't. I don't have permission because I can't even like equip the armor. So I don't have the option like worn and armor and.
Interesting.
So I don't know if you
Well,
did.
your armor is worn.
No, it's not.
It says worn.
Not on my sheet. It's not lit up like it's wearing.
Yeah, it's not lit up, but when I'm hovering over it, it says worn and then worn armor. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not worn. Now it's worn. Now my AC is 20. And
You
I
don't
can't.
have the armor yet.
Yeah,
No.
I know, but I mean I don't have the option to. Like,
Yeah, we'll have to
change
look into
the-
that. That's odd.
Yeah.
Did I
It
pause the
worked
game?
before.
Try now.
No, still not. It might be because it's a pop-up. Hold on. Let me. If I go just straight in, it's a pop-up. You can't have a
Okay.
pop-up in the pop-up, and because the like held and worn thing doesn't pop up, so you can't have a pop-up in the pop-up. So the
I'm gonna
pop-up
run to the
feature
bathroom.
doesn't really work.
All right. See you guys in about 10.
Yeah. but it's good to know. Now we know. So I won't use the pop-up.
Continue. You have more lights now.
Okay.
Well, just to confirm, how many lights do we have now, and who has them?
I'll feel better.
I have my axe that's lighting.
And does Bazir have a light now?
Yeah.
You better not have a
Giovanni,
migraine
I
when,
see, like,
when
the
we're gonna go get
shackles
fishies.
of fate here on the map. If I can pick up a couple of those.
We've been
and,
delaying
go
fishies
ahead
for
and
so
give them,
long.
to burn.
I'll let you roll survival to see if you can flint and steal them.
Looking for it. Never mind, I can't flint and steal them.
Do you
You
still
better
try?
be okay.
Do you ask?
Otherwise, I'm gonna sock you right in the nose.
Sure.
You can still use a skill even if you don't have it trained, by the way.
Sure, I can. It's 2022. Equal rights, equal fights.
Do I need to add it or just?
Core skills. No, it's core skills. The last one on the left column.
Hey, look at there.
It takes a couple seconds, but as you strike, you manage to get these sparks up going, and you'll have to blow a few times to get the embers built, but you manage to light a torch.
Okay, fine. I won't hit you in the face.
Now I have a torch.
Do we find anything
Someone
else?
observed you, and she does this like kind of that like sort of not frown, but like the oh okay, sort of look, and she goes, your fire making skills are adequate, as you say. Pretty good.
This was the first time application trial and error.
This is first time making fire for you?
Out of remains of barrels and crates, lighting a stick on fire, yeah. The torches at the Sky Temple remain lit by magic. There's not need for this crude way of doing things.
She turns to Friedman and is like, you cannot make fire? You are not this kind of magic?
My fire hurts people. I don't have.
All
I don't
fire
have
can
normal.
hurt people if you touch fire.
So my fire, like, will hurt you emotionally and physically.
Emotionally.
That is not how fire is working.
Yeah, Orin raises an eyebrow too.
I would rather not cast it now. cast this spell now. If we get into another run-in with these things, I'll give it a try.
Okay. Well, we will use real fire and not feely fire with you. Okay.
Yes. I will use both real fire and feely fire.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you know what these things are?
Animals of some kind.
What was in the area I woke up in? The bone of the femur that I brought this way seems to probably be from one of them.
Oh. They came from your area?
No, they're similar to the ones I woke up in. The frailty of their bones and lack of life.
Are we thinking they are dead things too?
Can
I mean, they are dead now.
can I pull the femur off one of these things?
You can certainly try.
I will try to pull the femur off one of these things. Probably the one in front of me.
Oh, athletics.
Oh, this is not gonna go well. Never mind. Probably not gonna go
Yes.
well.
As you reach down and you place a hand on the leg of the creature, right, and you take a firm grip and pull back, at the same time as it rips away from the rest of the body, you look at it and you release your hand just a little bit. You feel splinters of the bone that happen to have been crushed in your grip.
So it's dust now?
Not the entire bone, but the part that you originally grabbed and pulled with is now broken. So you can use the remainder, but you don't have a full femur now. You have 3/4 of one.
Yes.
And
Brittle.
I'll walk up to this wall and just like swing the 3/4 of a femur into the wall with like I'm not trying to break it. I'm just it's like enough force to impact it, but not like I'm not using all my power, if that makes sense.
As you take the femur and you strike against the wall, the point that contacts the wall seems to flake off a little bit, as if the bone is damaged there. It doesn't seem to be too much, but there's clearly further cracking within it.
Okay, so these things just break really easily.
Yes.
I go to test your statement. I too will roll acrobatics, correct?
Athletics.
Athletics. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Athletics.
And are you also trying to rip off a femur?
Yeah, I like to do the same thing.
You managed to have more success. You grab it by the ankle and you start pulling, and the femur pops clean off, but yours seems to have remained intact. Maybe you are more in control of your strength, but there seems to be no external damage.
I kind of look over the femur and then look at what you did, or at what Friedman does. It says, you are not knowing how to dismantle an animal, are you?
I was just trying to get the leg off. I wanted to see how strong the leg was, specifically this bone, and I say, and I show the femur, and then I point at was it Orin that had the other femur?
Oh, Hilda, you want to roll a medicine?
Sure.
The seer did. I walked in the room with the femur.
So I pointed at Basir's femur. I was trying to compare the two.
Yeah, Tilda, you're just kind of looking at it and you're going, bone's a bone. Like,
Okay.
you don't understand why he thinks one's stronger than the other.
If you ever wanted to take apart animal, we can. There might be use. Well, not might be. I look over the I don't know if I can like jump on that roll. Do I feel that there is any use of this animal? Like, there's like I mean, she's calling it an animal, but is there like a fur or anything that she would see as useful? Like meat, even?
The meat seems to be too tough to be something you could eat, but there are patches of fur. You would have to. It would take some time and some effort to get it all, as it's not one continuous coat, but it is possible to get.
Okay. So she'll look at the animal and be like, but if you are wanting bones, we can pull bones. If you are wanting, and then she like does this up and down look at everybody. How are we dressed? Are we like in what we died in, or like what do we look like?
What you died in, but in a more ragged form.
Okay. So then can I get a very brief description of what everybody's wearing?
Torn, dark blue but gray knuckle shirt with a hole in the chest where the sword would went through, plus now a new laceration of the weapon and some kind of like leather pants.
Did I just clear the chat?
I think
Yeah,
so.
you did.
There we go. That's actually very easy to misclick. I'll have to remember that.
Mine is like a lighter green monk's robe with but there are tatters of claw marks that have ripped it apart. You can tell that
Okay.
he is not wearing any armor whatsoever.
Okay.
Freeman's is just a black robe. Parts of it is like burnt off. Like there's like little patches of burnt marks on it.
Okay. So she's gonna look you guys up and down and kind of do like a him-ha look at
What are you wearing?
Oren. Oh, I'm wearing I suppose you'd say tattered furs, mostly. Clearly looks like I am fit for colder weather. However, there would be a probably pretty larger hole like on my back that I just haven't realized because it's on my back. So that would be interesting. But otherwise she's outfitted in hides and fur. Anyway, so she's gonna kind of look you guys up and down, and she'll do that like little him hawing like side to side, like look at Oren of like you're okay, like what you have on. But if you guys are needing some warmer or more sturdy things than your night clothing, perhaps I can pull this fur off and make something, or can patch it up if I am smushing the bone together enough over fire to make what you calling the glue to stick onto these parts. And she like scrapes her hand like onto both of you. She like does like hooks in like the holes or tatters and be like, this is not good enough for travel.
Well, when we get out of whatever we are here, I would much rather buy sophisticated clothing than wear whatever that thing is. It probably does a sniff check. It in fact smells pretty rank.
In fact, Sean.
What?
In fact, what?
I said, in fact, and then he sniffs and says, does smell pretty rank.
What about you? You with the fires. Are you wanting fur too, or just the bones?
Theron?
That'd be freaking.
Oh, the criminal has done something.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, did you hear?
What was that? Sorry.
Tilda was Freeman.
Yeah, so she'd asked Freeman if he wanted the bones, just the bones, or if he wanted the fur too.
Could the bones be used to make potions?
You think there's a possibility of that?
Okay, so I'll take any extra bones.
So she begins. Do I have to roll something for like the taking apart the animal?
Did you not take the butchering skill?
Well, we left it at TBD. Is that what you want it to be? Because I plan on taking them apart and whatnot.
Yeah, then butchering.
The butchering skill? Oh, like the lore skill?
Yeah, lore.
Oh, that is all caps. Didn't mean to do that. What the heck?
I typed it in.
Oh, okay.
You can type it if you want.
But it disappeared. Did you exit out of it too?
Yep.
What?
Oh.
While I see them start to harvest, I start to go walk a bit. I'll go see if there's any more of those things around.
You managed to get some of the fur, but the bones seem to be crumbling beneath your grasp. You're having to work too roughly with the tools you have to really be able to get what you need.
Oh yeah, she's definitely just trying to basically to use other bones as knives or whatever. I mean, most of it can be if you had break a chicken's neck or whatever, it's kind of like that snap, so there's twisting and whatnot, but otherwise she'd probably be just using other bones to do stuff.
Oh, and as you walk, you see water ahead of you. You're not quite sure how deep it is, but as you work further away from the light, you do seem to feel a pang of loss.
I have a light.
No,
My
the
light.
light.
Oh, the light. Okay, you mean the path?
Yep.
The glowing gold light.
Do I see anything in the shadow over there?
You do not.
When you two are done messing around with those creatures, or whatever you're doing with them, we should make our way out of this place, lest more dead things come from where we came from, and are less hospitable than us.
That is a good idea.
Well, for now, these things are dead as long as they are staying dead. If that is actually what happened. She's obviously not convinced. But they are not attacking now, so now is a safe place, no?
For now.
She says as she's sawing into a rib cage.
There's no half square. Interesting. The grid is bigger than the grid on the map.
Are there rocks around?
Yes.
Like the rocks that are on here? There are rocks?
They're there.
Okay.
You find the CR9 bird.
As for the weapon you find during your search, Bazir, you find the sling, and the sling bullets can just be rocks for the moment.
Picks it up, puts it on the inner pocket of his robe. I used these when I was a kid. Windows and soft spots are probably the easiest to break things, so.
Alright.
You say your name was
Breaking
Tilda?
window.
Tilda, are you done playing with those bones?
Not playing. I am working.
Are you done working?
Mm, yes.
All right, let's go then. You see, Orin, like he didn't disturb. It's not like it's the first time he's seen somebody work on like an animal or something. Although these ones look less like animal, it's a bit weird, but it's more like, okay, you're scavenging for material. That's fine.
And Basir's never seen this before in his life.
ZZ boy.
You see water, shallow, as if you've been to this place before.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to see if I could see some a bit further deeper. Do I see the end wall?
You do.
Okay. Well, this looks like a dead end.
The rest of
so-
you, Orin seems to be exploring, taking in the surroundings.
I'm gonna be
If Tilda does
sticking.
not follow Orn immediately, I would follow Orn. This particularly following the glowing light, not particularly Orn. He is walking around, every crack and crevice, but more figuring out what this light is.
I have to follow Basir because he's my source of light at the moment.
Orin is gonna walk around and not go in the water, trying to follow the light.
I'm sending something to you, Jared. Assuming that I can pull thread, like stuff from my own clothes.
You can from your own clothes, yes.
Okay. Could I have made one or two of these, or could I roll to see if I am successful at all?
Alone, you can make it, but it won't last very long.
That's totally fine. It's more like she's just thinking survival of like we might need this, like a hammer or whatever later.
All right.
Not
yeah.
not so much as a weapon. She's thinking more tool.
Okay, then yes, you can make it.
Okay, just the one, or would
Just
there
the
be
one
enough
with what
to
you have.
offer? Just the one. Okay.
You don't have enough of the string you need for two.
Okay, that's fair. So you guys, I'm gonna post it into general, or where should I post it? Or the lands between general?
Yeah, the lands between general.
Okay. So when you're talking about like, are you done playing? This is what she was crafting. So she is basically making a hammer for herself.
Oh, and as you turn the corner, you see another one of the creatures. This one it's not seated as the others are, but it's leaning back while standing against the wall, as if it's not really paying attention to you.
Does it look aggressive? Like, does it seem like a wild animal, or does it seem more like it's just sleeping or something?
It seems like it's sleeping.
Interesting. I'm gonna motion to the other with like a finger on your lips, and I'm gonna try and stealth closer.
Interesting. One sec. My screen flipping, so take it a second. All right. Let's see your stealth score. With a 13, let's... You see, as you start moving closer towards you, it starts to move as well. So,
And I cast a spell at it.
you cannot see it with where you're standing, so no.
Okay, never mind. I did say I was following the light path. But there we go.
True, but following the light path is different than stepping in right behind Orin, though.
You're right.
So you'll be you'll be on the initiative, but you'll have to move into position.
Fair.
All right. And
Do you want me to roll it or no?
I think he rolled for everybody.
yep, I
Okay.
just rolled for you.
Thank you.
Whenever it's perception based, it's just easier for me to do it.
Yeah, true.
All right. So let's see who's first. The first is Francois.
When you say it starts to move, like it starts to move towards me, does it have a weapon? And is it as
It has-
aggressive as the others were?
It has a sword and it looks to be leering at you, but it's moving slowly as if it's still waking up.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
All right, that is a hit. All right, and just as it starts to move, it slumps back against the wall, unmoving.
There's more of them. Is still the following? I'm just asking.
Well, it looks like you dealt with it.
This one, yes.
Ren, are you following along, or what do you do?
I am, yes.
It's kind of finicky, like placing the tokens because
It's
of
because
the wall.
the area the walls are set up in this map. I'll set them up differently in future.
I see a weird face. Although I don't think I have vision that far. Yeah,
Oh.
that's too far. But it's
Okay.
because,
We
well,
can,
it's because there's light from the outside.
It didn't apply the token for some reason. It's still not applying it. Weird. Give me
So
1 second.
she'd be like, not much of fight in these things.
No. I mean, they are. They seem already dead, so.
But we are not knowing this. Not really.
With how brittle they are, they would walk
So
and
that there are
they would fall in.
magic means for these things to be sentient guards or other creatures. There are those that traverse magic and use it to make unwilling servants of dead people.
Like, slave.
Yes, but skeletal slaves.
Those are not skeletal. They're having flesh and fur.
Skeletal is just one version of them. There are others that also have, would you say, flesh and fur.
As Oren, as you note the enemy ahead of you, you see the enemy is standing still, sword stuck into the sand below, right, with a hand on each of its cross guards, looking towards your party as if waiting.
Who are you?
You see him tilt his head just a little bit, clearly an understanding. And you see, right here, right ahead of you, a glowing white symbol. And, 1 second. Passing straight through it is the golden light. The white symbol feels familiar, as if drawing you to it. And almost subconsciously, you feel the want to touch it.
Question concerning the world in general before I choose my next
Go
action.
ahead.
How common are magic and magic hypnosis and things like that? Like, would a mercenary have encountered that? Like,
It is uncommon in what the areas you would know, but you would also know in other areas of the world it can be incredibly common, depending on the type of school you study. So it's not so much that it's a common or uncommon thing. Is that the branch of magic you study? You
okay,
would know what these similar signs like these are. It is a type of magic, but it is not a type of hypnosis magic or compulsion.
okay.
It is.
Um,
Well, all of you would actually know this. It is a type of message magic to leave things for people. People. It is for leaving messages behind when you have passed through.
okay, so that would make sense to have seen that before. Like in a mercenary, you can leave messages for the advance guard for the people falling behind. So I'm gonna reach out and touch it.
As you reach out and touch it, right, the words don't so much as appear before you as you just know them. And you know that it's in reference to this soldier see just before you. And the words are just, this depraved lot are obsessed with sacrifice and tarnished. You hear just the echo of a scoff. Like you, for the sake of grafting.
Wait, say that again.
This depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you, for the sake of grafting.
Can we all
Where's
hear
the-
this?
Only the people touching it. You can all touch it. It's not like a one-use thing, though.
It seems the message left before is here as a warning.
What these message saying?
This thing seems like it likes to sacrifice Tarnus. Like me?
Tarnish.
Like you, and then I try to move my hand over the message.
Yeah, don't stop you.
You hear the same words that echoed through Oren's mind and your own.
This is safe to touching?
Yes, it's somebody or something left a message. We've seen it before
Alright, just one
in
second.
my band.
What was Bazir saying?
No, just touched it as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, raise your mic a bit, Sean, if you can. I have trouble hearing you.
I would agree with that, actually.
I will. There you go. But
Thank you.
Alright, Ren, you were saying something?
After being told it's okay to touch it, she'll go ahead and give it a go.
You all touch it, and the same message appears for all of you. Though, when you hear the word grafting ferment, a cold sweat seems to pass down your back.
What does grafted mean to me?
You're not quite sure. It feels both familiar and foreign at the same time. But you know, it definitely provokes a deep dread within you.
What is meaning of this thing? I am not understand.
I'm not sure, but I've learned to trust my instincts, and it doesn't feel safe.
I think everybody can see, or not everybody can see, but if you like pay attention to Fremont, like goosebumps start to visibly appear wherever he has exposed skin.
I think
What starts to appear?
Goosebumps.
Oh,
this one will want our lives. And you see Orin is clearly questioning if he's alive or not right now.
Now that I've heard the message, you didn't call us tainted, right? What did you call us? Tarnished?
Tarnished.
Tarnished. Would I know anything about tarnished or the levels of that
Let me see
based on the magic study edge of the Knocking people?
Thank you. Give me a sec. Society. It won't be magic, but the term might be relevant.
Oh. Can I hero point that one?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Oh, I did not mean to do that. There you go. Hero point.
All right. So, what it is that you know the name Tarnished. You know it has meaning, but it's not a word that you would have ever heard in your past life. It's in reference to somewhere far away, long gone, in a time long past, or a time long in the future. You're unsure, but you know that they are graceless. As to what graceless means, you're unsure.
You see, so the rest of you will see Basir frown and says, well, the meaning of tarnish means that if it's in reference to us that we are now graceless, but I'm not quite sure the time frame if it is future or past. I am unfamiliar in my studies of the word, but I've heard others speak of this tarnished.
Graceless.
And as you say these words out loud, above the white chalkstone writing, there seems to be a nether that appears, but only for you. Do you choose to touch it?
Yeah.
In a much more powerful, resounding image appearing in your mind, you hear the words, "Arise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speak to us all." And you look towards the soldier, and you know it's not him speaking, but there becomes a familiarity between the message and the soldier.
I will relay what I heard to the party. Right. The soldier seems to have a call to the tarnished. He says, those that are not yet dead yet live.
So
Who should
these
roll will?
are certain that we are dead.
Yes. Not fully dead, but not fully alive.
So should we fight this warrior?
It doesn't look like there's any other way out. besides past him.
And you definitely felt a certain
Mhm.
hostility in those second message.
You see, Orin is gonna actually put the battle axe like in his where his own weapon would be, like in his belt loop, and just say something in a language that I'm assuming none of you speak because I'm guessing none of you know Druidic. As he moves his hand toward it. Shall we do this then?
If thing is even real, he may be weak as the other animals. Maybe not, but maybe.
If it is between us and the exit, and we need to get rid of it, then so be it.
As you say that, he snaps his finger and cast.
Oh, so you're attacking from there?
Yeah.
All right.
I've got range.
No, that's fair. It's just a different trigger than I was expecting, is all.
I already took a hit today. Why would I charge at it?
No, I'm not disagreeing at all. You'll still get your first spell off first.
That's fair.
All right. You can.
You'll need to do a reflex.
Oh, I rolled everybody's reflex.
Instead of everybody's initiative.
No, I did both. That's funny though. Well, it's nice to know you hit yourself. The terracotta soldier succeeds.
Okay, so hold on. What does it do if it succeeds? No. Why does it say? Oh, it's for half. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's reflex for half.
Okay, there you go.
All right. It is now the actual encounter, so it's the soldier's turn.
It was cheated. It's just forgot to click it
No worries.
before I cast.
As you fire off the electric bolt, and it does seem to affect the soldier, but not in the ways you were hoping. It draws its sword from the sand and points it directly at you, and then starts to move forward.
Right?
As it draws, pardon?
That's fair.
As it draws its sword and dragging across in the sand and aims towards you, it takes one strong step and then slashes out at you.
He's looking stronger already than other animals.
That's a miss.
All right. It takes one stomp back after having missed its strike, and follows it up with another.
That's crits.
Is it a crit with your shield's new AC?
Haven't raised the shield, so I don't have the AC for it.
Okay. Don't you have the reaction that lets you?
No, the reaction is if I have the shield raised, I can have the shield take the attack.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
And I'm done.
Fair enough.
And I'm done at -9. That's
It is your turn.
okay. I need to do a death save, I'm guessing.
That's saving throw. Yep.
How much am I dying for? That I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Since that was a crit, you're at dying 2.
Dying 2? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So I'm already at my 2 points of dying?
Yep. If you get
I get-
hit with a crit as the final blow, it automatically puts you at a dying 2.
Alright, so basically one more dying and I die.
No, because it goes to dying 4.
Oh yeah, that's true. 3 and then die 4. Okay.
All right, that succeeds.
Okay.
So reduce dying level by 1.
Okay.
All right. It is Sean's turn.
Does the thing look like it's going to be hostile to the rest of us? Or just the one that attacked it?
Oh, it definitely looks like it's going to be hostile to the rest of you now. Like it's staring at you guys.
I mean, we all agreed to attack it. I just took the first shot.
No, I understand. Behind it, is there like a way out, or does it look like there's maybe like a trigger thing that you have to kill this thing, or like?
Nope, definitely it looks like there's a way out.
I'll back up to here. That's one move, and then I'm going to attempt to. Hang on. I will attempt to put this thing to sleep.
All right. Save. It succeeds.
That's my turn.
Success. The creature takes a negative status 1 pen. Okay. Then it is Tilda's turn.
Is going to kind of rush forward, if you will. Does anybody speak Orc?
I would be
don't.
surprised.
No? Okay, cool. So she's gonna run forward and I guess I would roll an intimidate, I think, because she's going to be yelling in. Do I roll an intimidation even if it's just like for battle flair?
You don't have to. If it's just for flair.
Okay.
Just describe
It's
what
just
you
for
want.
flair. Yeah, so she's gonna run in and she's going to be screaming something in Orcish, basically saying, like taking her actual new axe with her and like raising it as she runs forward, and screaming out in Orcish, which none of you can understand, but it seems pretty intimidating, I would say. As she goes to do instead of releasing her axe, she actually runs forward. There we go. And slashes across the knight. She's gonna go for the throat. He can dodge or whatever, but that's what she's gonna go for.
Sure, go for it.
Actions.
That does hit.
So she's like, Kangatha Rishnava, just yelling.
As your axe comes up and you aim for its throat, and you do manage to make contact, but the coiled mail there seems to block what you would have thought would be a decapitating blow. You still got to roll damage.
Okay.
It takes 13 points of damage. All right, and clearly the mail is ripped open a bit, and it's bleeding, but it's still very much alive. Fremont.
I will cast Evil Eye on the thing. on the soldier.
It succeeds.
And so I have 2 actions left, and I will do. Ah. I'll try casting fear on the thing as well.
Go for it. Ooh, it fails.
So it's
Right,
frightened 2.
What is frightening 2 do? You take a status penalty unless specified otherwise at the end of each turn. Details. That's not very useful.
Yeah, I think you take -2 to a bunch of different things.
Oh, okay. When I was saying it wasn't useful, it's the when I was reading it, it didn't say what it did.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's the end of my turn, so I'll decrease the value of frightened.
Yes. All right. The soldier of Godric is going to turn towards Tilda, and it's going to attack. A 21. All right, so it definitely hits. And Tilda, you take 22 points of damage.
Ouch.
Damn.
It brings up its sword aimed at you, and it
Max
clearly
damage.
points. It clearly looks towards Orin, and then looks back towards you, and you can see that there's a bit of a glimmer in its eyes, as if it's prioritizing those that actually come within its reach. There seems to be a potential boundary, but you are definitely within what it considers. And then it strikes again. Alright. Tilda has a 17 AC, so that actually hits. And you take 10 points. Tilda's still alive.
Yay.
Saving throw, Frank. 9-0.
I don't come back to life though, right?
I don't know how.
I mean, I'll check.
Yeah, you have time.
Yeah.
Check. Sean, what does
Mhm.
Bazir do? He sees that Tilda is bleeding quite heavily, and Orin is twitching on the ground currently. Furman seems to have caught his nerve a little bit.
Yeah. I'm going to use telekinetic maneuver to attempt to disarm this soldier. So I say cast. And then attack.
Does not hit. Would you
I'd
like to
use
reuse
my
a hero point?
hero point. Yeah, why not? Try again. Oh,
Does not hit.
okay.
Do you have any other actions you'd like to use?
No, they cost 2. I mean,
Alright.
the other ones are 1, so I don't have any spells to do 1. So
As you push out a flash of telekinetic power aimed at the soldier's sword, there's certainly a certain amount of resistance, but as it changes its grip, you feel that the spell falters and with no success. Tilda, you're bleeding heavily and the soldier still bears down on you. What are you going to do?
While I'm bleeding, I'm going to take my kind of like flip the axe in my hand to the pick side and try and aim for the same ripped flesh, like not ripped flesh, excuse me, the same rip in his chainmail, trying to make a lethal blow there. And she's going to try and, assuming I'm on the ground. Am I on the ground?
No, you're still up.
I'm still up.
You're standing on the ground, but yeah.
yeah, so I'm going to, holding one hand over whatever wound, I'm going to strike again, trying to double down on the same spot. Yes.
Pretty nice.
So times 2, right? Or is that not crit?
Yeah, Ren, I don't think you rolled the crit damage. Did you not roll the regular damage?
I rolled regular damage.
Yeah, but you crit.
Oh, do I need to roll the crit damage?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, you'll do double, but next time.
Wait, what do I need to, I clicked,
You see where it says damage and then it says critical? There we go. Nice shot. You see the soldiers faltering quite a bit more, but it's still standing. Ferment.
Soldier of the light, more like soldier of dim light. I cast blistering invective.
Man, that guy's will save.
Yeah.
So it takes half persistent fire damage. So 3, right? Yeah,
But it's persistent, so.
but it's
That is
persistent.
Alright, it is the soldier's turn. Let's see if Ren can get lucky. Is that enough? It is on the dot. 19 points to Ren.
oh yay!
You're welcome.
You're dying too.
I am.
Left click on dying under your current HP, so you add 1 point of dying. Then the die beside the recovery check will activate, and you'll be able to roll it on your turn.
That was so many words all at once.
So under your character sheet where it says current HP, above
did it.
your armor class.
She did it.
Yeah, no, I did it.
Okay, cool. And then on your turn, you do recovery check. If you succeed, you remove the dying. Once you're at 0, you give yourself wounded and you stay unconscious until you basically get healed to 1 HP or more.
As you see it take a step to here, Bazir and Ferment, you both notice it's about to take another step further, and then it stops in place, putting its sword back into the ground.
So it's stuck there?
You can just do what you want.
I think there's some type of barrier that prevents it from going down and killing the rest of us. Perhaps if we stay behind this barrier, we could pick it off.
I'm okay with I'll take this idea. I like this plan. What a wimp of a soldier, can't even step into the dark.
But your turn.
So Tilda and Orin, right? Is it Frank's character, Orin?
Mm-hmm.
They fell down. They're not holding their weapon anymore, right?
Yep, exactly.
I would like to use telekinetic projectile on Tilda's axe and fling it into the monster.
Colton, is this for
Okay.
this is for Pathfinder 2, right? What you just explained.
That hits.
Alright.
Remember, if we double click on the bad guy when you do attack rolls, it will tell you if you hit or not automatically.
Right. Double click.
Double
No,
right.
you need target.
Yeah, double
Just
right.
select the target. There you go.
Alright, Ren, it is your turn. You may roll your recovery check.
Okay.
Just to confirm,
And my recovery is
if
that
you
Die
succeed,
icon.
It's
Left.
the
if you
die beside
succeed on
him.
dying 1, you go to stabilize
You
with 1
succeed.
HP or 0.
You lose a dying condition.
okay. So I take off the dying, and then I click on wounded. Oh, no.
You right click dying.
Yeah, right click again because you added one. Alright, and then you right click on your character because you're no longer dying, but you need to add the condition wounded and unconscious.
Wounded, as in on the character
It's a
sheet.
status. Yes, you can do
Thanks
it
for
on
the
your
help.
character sheet too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also unconscious. So if you click on your right click on your character icon on the map, you see at the top right of your character, you have like a Halo style small guy that says assign effect. And if you click on that, there's the wounded, there's the unconscious icon that is uh, the second on the last row, the one with the arrows in the back. Yep.
All right. Furman, it is your turn.
I will. Wait. I will cast Magic Missile 3 times. What do I have to roll for that? Do I have to
3
roll?
damages. You click damage 3 times. All right. It is the soldier of Godric's turn again.
You forgot to remove the frighten at the end of each turn.
No, I didn't forget.
Dun dun dun.
Interesting.
Some things just work differently. But
Yes.
Aaron, danger. No, no.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Keep going. Sorry. She's
Anyways,
chewing this one little apart.
And you
as
also.
Bazir, as you or not Bazir, Furman, as you cast an offensive spell against it, it draws its sword from the ground again and takes a step forward.
Alright, you see, I didn't mean what all those things I said. That's a really sharp sword. I don't want to get cut by it.
Does an 18 hit you?
It hits.
It's just 11 damage.
That also hits. I'm dying 1.
Fair enough. Well, there's your persistent fire damage at least.
Yeah.
So I rolled persistent fire.
Yep. All right, Bazir. You're all that's left.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure. First time as a player, right? Go for it. You can do it. We believe in you.
As a note, after it lays Fremen down to the ground, it turns towards you and then reseats its sword back into the ground.
I cast something I didn't even know that it was in the room with me.
Sean, you're muted, by the way. I
Okay.
appreciate that giant text bubble now, Frank.
Yeah.
The seer folds his arms, looking at the thing, and says, "Can you even understand our language?"
It does not respond.
No. Okay, so can I? Is there something I can roll to determine if it incorporated the axe being flung at it as me attacking it? Because it didn't come after me, it went after him, and then took the defensive position again.
You can roll. That's perception would be the best bet. You can see that it didn't take that as a direct attack, as it was indirectly done by you.
Okay, let's rinse and repeat. We'll grab Frank's sword with the same telekinetic projectile and lob it at him.
All right, go for it.
Critical miss.
You still have your second hero point, don't you?
No, I used it earlier on my intelligence. The society check.
Fair enough. Any one action stuff you're gonna do?
5 foot here.
All right. It is your turn again.
Patrick has to roll his dying.
Oh,
My
that's a
turn
good
again.
one. Actually,
Oh.
Patrick has to roll his dying first. But yeah,
Is it
Patrick.
fortitude?
No, just
No.
a die beside dying.
yeah, it's called recovery check. Ooh,
Oh,
you're the first one to fail their dying condition.
Oh, no.
oh no. So you're dying.
I'm dying too now.
All right, Bazir, it's your turn again.
So, I mean, rinse and repeat. If it doesn't think that I'm attacking it, it's gonna take a little while, but
Indeed.
gonna fling Frank's glowing sword axe at it.
As the sword flings at to it, and it seems to stab straight through the soldier, it seems to start dissipating slowly into a fog, and below it seems to be
That's the fun.
something incorporeal. What do you do though, as all of your new companions are bleeding on the ground?
I'm gonna walk over here, and think back to my let's say Days of the Monster, where I got cuts and bruises. Not really ever fighting things, but cuts and bruises. Like, that shouldn't be bleeding, so I'm gonna stick my hands on it. Like, that's literally what I'm gonna do. Stick my hands and try and stop the bleeding.
All right, as the soldier of Godric is defeated, you'll all gain a hero point.
Yay. Might be useful against the dying condition.
You said we all get a hero point?
Yes.
So you roll the medicine check to see if I can stop the wound from bleeding.
You look down, and with the materials you have on hand, there's not much you can do, but you do know that applying pressure would be beneficial.
Right. That's what I said. I was like, nicks and bruises and cuts are what I'm more used to. But I know that shouldn't be bleeding. So like both hands on it, medicine check of 20.
How does medicine affect dying?
I don't know if it does or
no,
not.
I don't think it does. You can treat wound, but treat wound is a 10-minute action.
Oh no, administer first aid. Stabilize. Attempt a medicine check on a creature that has 0 hit points and the dying condition. The DC is equal to 5 plus that creature's recovery roll DC. Which it's already done.
Requirement: you're wearing or holding a healer's tool.
Okay.
But it's a good idea. I'll add it to my action.
In future, yeah.
Yeah.
I will give him a +1 on his recovery check.
Okay. I guess then I'll use my other action to walk over to the incorporeal thing where it was. Is there Arcana I can know about this thing?
It just seems to be a soldier.
No,
You can
no,
roll-
you said there was it's like an incorporeal, like a spirit or something. Like I killed it, right?
Oh, that's what you mean. Do you touch it?
I was rolling to see if I can get an arcana before I touch it. Like, can I roll a arcana to see if I know what this might be before I touch it?
Yeah, you can. As you look at it, you seem to sense its worth, a weightiness, both in the worth to those who, the worth into those that held it previously, the souls of the damned and other tarnished of long past, and those forgotten by the grace of the Erd Tree. But you also feel its worth as a tool of trade.
Hmm.
I'll reach out, touch it, or gather it.
You know that it is a hefty amount, but not the exact amount as yet.
When I reach out and touch it, that's why I know.
You'll know later.
Okay. All right. The Sarah kind of like frowns and says, "Ah, well, hmm. Does he abandon the party? No. I'm gonna look over here. Stepping right here. Do I see this creature over here?
You do, but it seems to be unmoving, as if it's already been dealt with.
Okay. Um, not to abandon the party. I'll go check pulse. You know that's just typical. Like, I mean, are you dead? Are you dead?
Yep, Patrick, roll to see if you're dead.
Ooh.
He's not dead yet.
It's just a flesh ring.
No. So I'm checking dead on the other two right now because like I
The
pushed.
other two seem to be stable, but clearly unhealthy. But you think, given enough time, they will recover.
Okay. Go back over to him and I mean I can't do anything. Like I literally don't have the the item to help aid in this. So I will twiddle my thumbs.
All right. Then you will rest here.
Rolling, Patrick. Hey! He's alive! We live.
Now, I think this is a
So-
good place to call the session.
Under
Don't forget you add wounded to your character and you're still unconscious and until you basically heal to 1 point, so resting the night.
We all good to end it here?
Yeah.
yeah.
Good place.